understand it's out of the Baldwin Park area, approaching the Glendale area right now. Look how fast this car is going. My goodness, we thought that earlier pursuit, that vehicle was traveling fast. This vehicle is going at dangerous speeds, well over 105 miles per hour, west on the 134 through the Glendale area. This car is blazing. We don't know the original want. We do not, hello, we are watching a live pursuit number 2 here within the past 30 minutes from News Chopper Bravo. This is a very, very dangerous pursuit. You can see how fast this vehicle is going. We are in the Glendale area, the 134, westbound stretch of the 134 through downtown Glendale, just passing Central Avenue, and you can see how fast this car is going. Here is what we know. Baldwin Park PD in pursuit. The original want, we do not know. All we know is this vehicle traveled out of the Baldwin Park area onto the 210 freeway. Speeds are in excess of 100 miles per hour. We're coming up into the Griffith Park area, approaching the 134 at the 5. Look how fast this car is going, well in excess of 100 miles per hour. A very, very dangerous pursuit. I heard Baldwin Park PD talking to the CHP. CHP earlier declining to take this pursuit. That was the jurisdiction in Baldwin Park. We do not know if another jurisdiction from the California Highway Patrol will assist, but you can see that is a Baldwin Park PD unit behind, following this vehicle as you make that transition here, 134 westbound, crossing over the 5, continuing into the Griffith Park area. Very dangerous pursuit here. If you tuned in and you saw the earlier pursuit, you saw how fast that car was going. Well, this car is going much, much faster. An extremely dangerous pursuit. We have open freeways, which invites these dangerous fast speeds, and you can see how fast he is going by these other cars. Again, we don't know if it's a male or female driver, but we do know this person has no regards for anybody on the freeway, and you can see how dangerous this pursuit is as we're coming into the Burbank area west on the 134. Good job, Pollard. Thank you. You're watching a high-speed pursuit here in the San Fernando Valley. This is the 134 westbound stretch of the 134 coming up through the Burbank area. Hold on, they're going to switch frequencies. Oh. $134 slowing down to about 80 miles per hour. Traffic right now is moderate according to the helicopter. That's a San Gabriel Valley helicopter police impact, I believe. Okay, they're 1022 in the pursuit. They're canceling this pursuit. Too dangerous. Got to commend law enforcement officers and the watch commander who made that decision. Sometimes it's just not worth the risk. Considering this vehicle was traveling extremely fast, public safety is #1 concern right now. And the fact that they've just canceled the pursuit, you can see the person is starting to slow down somewhat. That unit there, they've told the unit to 1022 essentially cancel the pursuit. We believe whether or not Baldwin Park officers are the one who's canceling, still unclear right now. They are following, but trying to get the information whether or not who he's telling to cancel the pursuit. They're saying cancel the pursuit. He's calling Air 45 right now. The watch commander's calling Air 45, telling units to 1022 the pursuit. He wants the police helicopter to tell the units down below to cancel the pursuit. They're going to continue surveillance. The police helicopter is going to continue surveillance in a situation like this, very similar to the pursuit we were watching about earlier. LAPD canceled the pursuit, called CHP for assistance, and CHP subsequently took that last pursuit. We don't know if that's going to be the case right now, but News Chopper 4 Bravo still following this pursuit. How are we on fuel, Pollard? We've been up for this. How are we on fuel? I know we just covered our last pursuit. Plenty, okay. So most likely now, you don't see the police units behind. PD1 is following, from what we understand. So we have a police helicopter still following. Hold on, I'm monitoring. Okay, we're in Studio City right now. You can see how quickly this vehicle has made its way into Studio City. All Baldwin Park police units have canceled the pursuit. Baldwin Park PD is stating they're too far out. PD ship is on it right now. We're trying to see whether or not the California Highway Patrol is going to take over this pursuit. Fortunately, now that police vehicles are not close behind, hopefully this vehicle will somewhat slow down. Okay, Pasadena airship has taken over. So they're discussing who's going to handle this pursuit. Who's that? Oh, right there. Oh, very close to an accident right there. Hey, Pollard. Pollard. Talk to me. Who's on this? Who's on this? Who's the PD ship on this? It's a PD ship still over it? Because they're giving the wrong 20 to units down below. Okay, UN9. Roger. Where's PD1? Somebody's still tracking this. CHP is going to take this pursuit over, guys. Okay. Okay, so PD... Okay, Joe Stelly, we've got apparently CHP is going to take over. We're following this as well as a few others. I just got lasered here. We're following this vehicle here. You want us to stick with it? Do we know what the original want was? Do you have that information yet? You're pretty close to that one coming up 12 o'clock, making me nervous. Roger. Okay, I'm going to stop monitoring Baldwin Park. I'm going to start monitoring CHP and see when they pick this up here. I'm going to stay on him. We're in Studio City. We're on the 101 westbound, coming up on Woodman. Okay, so we are following this vehicle. This was a pursuit here, a high-speed pursuit originating out of Baldwin Park. We still don't have the original want. Here's the situation right now. Baldwin Park PD was having trouble transmitting to the base. They couldn't hear the ground units, so they've canceled all units from Baldwin Park. They've canceled the pursuit. However, we still have an airship following this. News Chopper 4 Bravo's following this vehicle. We're in the Studio City area. We're on the 101 freeway westbound approaching Van Nuys Boulevard. So we're coming into Sherman Oaks. You can still see this vehicle despite not being followed by any police units, still driving erratically at a high rate of speed. Now, what's in question right now is who's going to take over this pursuit, whether or not it's going to go into another agency. Is California Highway Patrol going to handle this? We did hear some talk about whether or not a CHP can take over this pursuit. Pasadena PD's helicopters headed to this pursuit as well. So they're still trying to determine what they're going to do with this vehicle right now. So we're monitoring CHP. This would be the CHP in the west end of the San Fernando Valley Division, whether or not these units are going to engage in this pursuit. You can still see this vehicle just crossing over the 405 freeway, traveling at a high rate of speed, not being pursued by anybody on the ground, but we do understand there may be a PD ship above monitoring. Fortunately, this car is starting to slow down. So we're seeing this car driving more at a normal speed. Earlier speeds were in excess of 100 miles per hour. Now he or she is still going fast, but nothing compared to what we saw earlier. How many people are on this, Pollard? Pollard? Okay. What about PD ships? Any? Okay, so PD1 still coming? Roger. Thank you. I won't be able to monitor PD1 because they're... Okay, so you can see the driver right there. Driver's on the phone. One person in the vehicle so far. Not only is this guy driving erratically, he's being distracted while talking on a phone. Makes this a little more dangerous. Probably approaching the Havenhurst exit here off the 101. Let me know what you hear from any PD ships, if you would, please. There we go. Okay, CHP West Valley, Joe Studley. CHP West Valley attempting to catch up to it right now. I'm monitoring them. You can listen to them on Teal. Okay, 101 at Balboa. We've got California Highway Patrol. We're 101 westbound. Westbound 101 freeway approaching Balboa. We're going to get California Highway Patrol units out of the West Valley Division to take over this pursuit. We've got a unit set up just ahead, and he's standing by. Okay. You can see the vehicle slowing down. He may be seeing units up ahead. Oh, Jesus, just hit that motorcyclist. Oh, my goodness, just slammed into that motorcyclist on the 101 freeway. Thank goodness that driver did not fall down. Mark that, guys. He just slammed into that motorcyclist. By the grace of God, that driver was able to hold himself up. It's a stolen. Now you can see the motorcyclist chasing him. Okay, so now the motorcyclist is chasing this stolen vehicle. This vehicle hit this driver. So this motorcyclist doesn't realize that this vehicle was involved in a high motorcyclist at a high rate of speed. So now this motorcyclist wants this vehicle to pull over. For all he's concerned, this car is just involved in a hit and run. All right, we're back. We're back. Pollard, you're going to be really nervous behind that chopper. Now look at this motorcyclist. He is trying to get this car to pull over. Oh, God, don't, this is getting me now. That car just attempted to almost knock that motorcyclist a second time here. They're going to light up this car up here right now. You should see CHP here momentarily right now. Okay, so now CHP just saw that. CHP is indicating that he tried to slam into that motorcyclist intentionally. That's assault with a deadly weapon. So that essentially is another charge this person is going to be facing here. This is a very dangerous pursuit. Hopefully this motorcyclist will get a little common sense here and realize once CHP units come above, he'll pull away. We're approaching Winnetka here on the 101 freeway westbound. You okay, Pollard? Okay, good deal. I'm not. That's really got me. No, not him. The motorcyclist. I know you aren't. So the PD airships are getting some information right now. They're going to be coming up over this shortly here. I'm listening to them on the scanner. They're going to be lighting up this vehicle. Okay, so fortunately that motorcyclist pulled over to the right shoulder. So the motorcyclist did the good thing, pulled over to the right shoulder. Very scary situation, seeing a car slam into that motorcyclist. CHP still a little behind right now. Units are attempting to catch up to this car. Okay, Pasadena PD police helicopter known as PD1 is probably about 2 minutes out. 2 minutes out. They're in communication with News Chopper 4 Bravo. Where are we? How far out are we? We're in Calabasas right now. Yeah, he was exiting. That CHP unit back behind us needs to just follow the news helicopters here. We're on the 101 freeway here, approaching, I believe we're approaching Mulholland. Okay, we've got a unit up ahead standing by at Chesbro, which is probably about 3 miles ahead of us. Okay, now we're hearing the Pasadena police helicopter coming up onto the frequency right now, approaching Valley Circle. You see PD1 off to your side, Pollard? Okay. You can see how long it takes to coordinate for officers to be able to get into position right now. Again, this pursuit originating out of the Baldwin Park area. We understand per scanner traffic, this is an alleged stolen vehicle turned into an extremely dangerous pursuit. At one point, when this vehicle slammed into a motorcyclist, almost knocked that driver off. Then the motorcyclist was pursuing this stolen vehicle, trying to get him or her to pull over. And then at one time during that initial pursuit of the motorcyclist, trying to get this car to pull over, this vehicle intentionally tried to slam into that motorcyclist a second time. That's when the motorcyclist decided to pull over and call 911, unaware that this vehicle is already wanted out of Baldwin Park for it being an alleged stolen car, the driver rather driving an alleged stolen vehicle. They're trying to coordinate right now who the airship is overhead. Apparently, PD1's not able to put a spotlight on the car. So California Highway Patrol is still behind right now, and they know they're very close. They've got a unit up at Chesbro. We're in the Calabasas area, just passing Mulholland. Chesbro's not too far. Got the unit at Parkway Calabasas. I don't want to... It sounds like a CHP ship as well. I don't know who's coming. There we go. There we go. Now we've got the vehicle lit up. Hey, Pollard, who is that? Is that CHP or is that PD1? Okay, roger. It sounds like CHP. Okay, CHP has their helicopter over this pursuit right now. So this is pursuit number 2 here. California Highway Patrol officially taking this over, coordinating with the units down below, trying to get them to get behind this vehicle to light them up. Regardless, the vehicle being lit up here by the California Highway Patrol helicopter. That gives me a little leeway. I can pull back and see where the California Highway Patrol is in relation. Now that we're see that light gives me... Okay, so the California Highway Patrol officer behind sees the lights, still trying to make his way up there. Earlier, this car was going in excess of 100 miles per hour, so right now kind of gives you an idea of how quickly this vehicle is moving, how rapidly a situation like this happens. You're on Oats, by the way. We're coming into, where are we? Oh my God, we're already in Thousand Oaks? Coming into Agoura Hills. We're on Agoura Hills right now. Is my light okay back here, Pollard, for you? This light, are you okay? It's not distracting you, is it? Can you keep it on? Okay. Slow me down a little if you don't mind, please. I got nobody on my side. Okay, you can see CHP lighting up that vehicle again. Get a quick glimpse and use their lights. It's hard to tell. I can't see if there's... Okay, so we're approaching Chesbro right now. So we have a CHP unit pulled over, getting ready to engage up here near Chesbro. Okay, approaching Liberty Canyon. We're coming into Thousand Oaks. There we go. Oh, you're passing him. Oh, he just passed him. Hey, he just passed him. Did he just pass him? He just passed him. He just passed him. That's the car, is it not? That's the car. What are we doing? Yeah, you drove right by the vehicle. Okay, so you see a situation like this, how difficult it is for them to get coordinated. CHP just passed the vehicle. So this guy is not going to pass the CHP. He's probably going to get off the freeway. Slow down. There you go, buddy. There you go. Re-engage. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to get CHP to get behind this car. Light him up. And there's the second CHP unit. There he is. So now they know. So this guy's trying to be incognito and trying to slow down, not stand out. Here we go. You got that CHP unit. Now we got it. Okay, now this guy, there we go. Now this guy knows CHP's behind him. Unfortunately, this is probably going to allow this guy to start driving a lot faster than what we saw here earlier. We're going about 75 miles per hour and starting to pick up our speed. You can see now that he's being actively pursued by law enforcement, how fast this driver is now driving on the freeway. We're coming into Thousand Oaks area here on the 101 freeway westbound, and we're starting to see those dangerous speeds here. .101 freeway westbound at Canaan puts us in the Agoura Hills, coming into the west end of the San Fernando Valley into Thousand Oaks. We'll be entering Ventura County here pretty soon. The next major freeway is going to be the 23. And you can see the car just driving in between those vehicles here. Tracking this vehicle right now at about 95 miles per hour. Slowing down right now to 83, Starting to slow down rapidly. There's another CHP unit. We're going to have 4 CHP units. He's starting to slow down, Pollard. I think he's going to stop. Vehicle is slowing down substantially. He maybe actually either running out of gas or stopping here, but this pursuit is coming to an end in the Thousand Oaks area. 101 freeway westbound, just past Canaan here. As we slow News Chopper 4 down, you can see the activity here, whether or not this driver is going to taunt police or whether or not legitimately it looks like he may be running out of gas in a situation like this. 101 freeway westbound, just west of Canaan, far right lane. Let me give you a perspective of how many units are in this pursuit right now. What's going to happen is they're going to shut down all lanes on the freeway. They're going to shut down all westbound lanes on the freeway as this driver's just inching along. Coming up on Reyes Adobe here for the 101 freeway westbound. Driver appears to be on the phone or something. You can see his hands. We're going to be very careful as far as to what we show here. Okay, so he stopped, Pollard. He stopped now, thank you. Let me pull out and show you a perspective of how California Highway Patrol handles this. Very similar to the last one, although the last one ended in a foot pursuit. You can see how they're blocking the freeway. All the units here, most likely they may have a K9 unit somewhere down below. They're going to have their guns drawn towards the suspect, summon him or her to come out, although it appears to be a male subject right now. A situation like this, you want to look for the hands. You want to see whether or not this person is going to comply. Most likely they're telling this individual to come out of the vehicle, turn the car off, throw the keys outside with your right hand, roll down the window and throw those keys out. They want to see this driver comply with those instructions, and so far it appears this driver may not be doing that. I'm going to just push in a little here. I do see his hands up. So right now, I feel comfortable showing this shot right now because I do see his hands. He's calling back to officers. Opening the door. As long as we see both hands up, we're going to keep this tight shot here. He threw the keys out. So like we said earlier, he threw the keys out with his right hand. Those are the instructions. Hands are out right now. We can listen to dispatch monitor and call back the information to the California Highway Patrol as they're calling it. They're repeating it as well. Driver's just kind of sitting there. Slide me a little to the right, please. A little to the right. Keep on going. Keep on going. Driver coming out. Hands up. They're going to most likely ask him. Yes, Thousand Oaks. They may ask him to turn around and lift up his shirt. They want to see inside the waistband. Keep going to the right. Want to make sure that he has no weapons. There he is, lifting up the shirt. Turn around. Let's make sure we don't see any weapons in the waistband. Either one or two protocols in a situation like this. They're going to have him come out to the middle of the freeway and lay down. Otherwise, they may have him come back to the sound of the officer's voice. It's at the discretion of the officers right there. Right now he's taking a few steps back away from the vehicle. They'll either have him back up all the way or move over to the left or right, get down on the knees, depending on how they want to handle this situation. Want him to look forward, don't look behind you. They do not want him to see when officers approach. You can see that officer slowly approaching them. They'll handcuff that subject, but we still have other officers with their gun on the vehicle. They don't know if there's any other person or persons in that car. They have to clear that vehicle before this situation is deemed a code 4. You can see that officer closest to us with the long rifle taking this one suspect right now into custody. You can still see it's an active scene until that car is cleared. All guns will be drawn onto that vehicle until they can clear that car. You're watching the end of a high-speed pursuit of an alleged stolen vehicle out of the Baldwin Park area. News Chopper 4 Bravo covering this pursuit shortly after another pursuit that ended in the Cahuenga Pass, another stolen vehicle out of the LAPD jurisdiction. 2 stolen cars here on a Saturday night, pursuits back-to-back here. You're watching live from NBC4 Chopper News Chopper Bravo right now, waiting for the California Highway Patrol to cover this vehicle and make sure it is cleared. Apparently we have somebody else in the car now, so there we go. We've got 2 people in the car, completely unaware. We were not able to see that, so that's what we're doing right now. We're summoning the passenger, the front seat passenger, out of the car. Same protocol as you saw with the driver, most likely going to lift up the shirt, drop with whatever's in your hand, turn around, make sure nothing's in your waistband, and that's exactly what that driver is doing right now, making sure there's no weapons or anything of that nature. And I can't tell if there's anybody else in the back seat of that car, but you can see the same protocol backing up to the sound of the voice of the officers. Don't turn around, look forward. Those are the commands that are being given to this person. We do not know if anybody else is in that car, but look how those officers are cautiously approaching this second subject right now. I'm going to put on this filter right here, and you can see the driver behind that police car in custody being frisked, and now the passenger being put into handcuffs. Passenger is detained right now according to the airship. Still a very active scene here on the 101 freeway in the Thousand Oaks area, just before Reyes Adobe. 101 westbound, all lanes are shut down, the end of a high-speed pursuit. Fortunately, nobody was seriously injured, although if you were with us earlier, you saw that motorcyclist get hit by this vehicle. And fortunately, that motorcyclist was able to keep his balance and not fall down onto the freeway. That motorcycle has since pulled over and is in contact with the California Highway Patrol. Now, we may have another individual in this vehicle, considering the nature of the mannerism of these officers here. They still have their guns drawn on this vehicle. It's kind of hard to see with all the glare whether or not there's another person. But I'm thinking there is, considering their body language. I do see some movement in the back, so I do see some movement. We do have a passenger. You can see movement right there. Passenger opening the rear door. Same protocol as the one before. You can see how they have them lift the t-shirt, turn around, make sure there's no weapons in the waistband. A lot of times we see different procedures. Some agencies will have them come out and lay onto the freeway and they'll prone them all out. Other times they have them back up to the officers. In this situation, this is how they're handling this situation right now. Guns are drawn on this individual. One of these officers will place handcuffs onto this person, while the other officer keeps his gun on that individual, and now he's going to focus on the vehicle. You can see officers now slowly approaching the car. They want to make sure it's cleared, nobody else in the vehicle, and before they clear this vehicle, they're also going to check that trunk to make sure nobody's in the trunk as well. Great job by California Highway Patrol as well as dispatchers following this pursuit, making sure it ended safely in the west end of the San Fernando Valley. My mic's going out on my headset now. I can hear it. Okay, Joe Studley, my mic's going out on this pursuit here. All three individuals are in custody right now. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's show the traffic. First of all, here's the PD ship that was handling. That's California Highway Patrol PD ship. Doing a great job following that pursuit. You can see how they coordinated with officers down below. Were able to lead those officers to that vehicle. The key was lighting up that vehicle and communication. Let me show you what the freeway is doing right now. All lanes are shut down on the 101. Not too bad of a backup right now. Really not a heavy traffic area, but enough to create a delay. Officers are going to want to reopen lanes here shortly, but as of right now, all lanes are shut down probably for another 5 minutes.
Oh no, no, no!
We have a suspect running. Oh, this is going to be close.
To watch more heart-stopping car chases happening across Southern California, subscribe here. Thanks for watching. The Chase is on.